Yo, what's up guys? It's Kobe Cheese, and right now I want to do a commentary of solo top Sivir. I tried her out after the patch in a few different ways. I've done her in the bottom lane, and I tried her out mid, top, and I found that I like to play her the way I used to play her, like the old Sivir, when you just, before the whole carry and support bottom lane. I think the Sivir actually works really well in a team comp where you do have a carry and support bottom, and then you have Sivir playing because the fact that her ult works so well with other auto attack champions. So this was a draft pick game with a group of my friends here, and so we picked several champions that would benefit from Sivir's buff. And what I decided that I would do is try and just push lanes as much as possible, which is what Sivir is good at, and have my team kind of turtle up and work together as four. And so Sivir works really good in those type of team compositions. What I do with runes is I'll pick up literally a full attack damage page with Sivir, and that allows you to not only last hit much better, but you'll actually do more damage this way. Technically Armor Pin's great for auto attacking stuff, but with Sivir a lot of her abilities do scale very well on attack damage. Her Q scales at a 1.1 with attack damage, plus with your W ability, you'll be able to do an extra auto attack with that. So it's a physical damage ability, and Armor Pin's great, but the extra attack damage is so much better. I've tried it both ways, and I just feel like I'm doing a whole lot more damage, and it's a lot easier to farm when you pick up all attack damage runes. As far as the masteries, I do the 2109 standard, attack carry page. You can probably look at my Summoner Academy video if you need help with the mastery pages. So in any case, the cool thing about Sivir going into solo lane is, unlike some carries, she's actually very hard to gank. She does really well at escaping from those, and she can actually beat, in this current meta, most of the champions that are going to be going mid or top. For example, a lot of people like to pick Kassadin. You don't have to ban Kassadin if you're going to play Sivir mid, because she just poops all over Kassadin. Riven, as you can see in this game, is another common top lane pick, and she does great against that. You can play against people like Pirate, who shoots you with his Q, and then you pop your E, which is your spell shield, and take that out. You'll notice I actually take my W first, my spell shield at level 2. This is to defend from any level 2 ganks, as well as just get your mana back and defend yourself. You don't really need your Q until later. It costs a lot of mana, and it doesn't do a lot of damage, to be honest, right off the bat. So I pick up boots, 3 health potions, especially since we're going top lane. Normally you'd pick up like a Doran's Blade if you're going to go bottom lane with a Soraka or something like that, but you always want to, as a carry, pick up the boots and 3 health potions if you have no sustain, and then later you can get a Doran's if need be and that sort of thing. So in this game, I'm trying to be fairly aggressive while not losing any last hits. The main thing that you want to do when you're playing Sivir is farm. That's all you really care about. But if you can get in some aggression onto the enemy champion and make it easier for you to farm, that's even better. So never like lose an auto or lose a last hit just to get an auto attack onto somebody, because especially with this Riven, she gets a she just used them all, but she had an armor and 5 cloth armor and 5 health potions. So she ended up using all those potions. I was able to pop them all. Now I do get ganked here by the Master Yi. I'm going to run into the forest to try and lose the vision of them, and right as I know Riven's going to jump into me, I go ahead and flash out. The Yi does try and dive, but his red buff wears off right before he gets to me, so he's not able to finish the kill. Kind of lucky on my part and a little greedy on his, so I'm able to take that kill, and that actually helps me out a lot. Teleport back to base, and I will be able to pick up a Doran's Blade and my Berserker Greaves. That is how I like to start usually. Technically, you could go for a quick BF sword if you are able to farm that much before you go back first. It's not always the case, and it's easier to farm and to harass and get away if you get those Berserker Greaves quickly, and then that Doran's Blade for the lifesteal is always nice, because as you get a little higher level, the enemy that you're going to be facing, doesn't matter who it is, will generally have an easier time harassing you as well. So it's just kind of like a nice little trade-off. But in any case, it's not too difficult of a lane for me here. Riven can do a lot of burst damage if she gets a nice hit onto me. The main thing that you want to do is learn to use Sivir's combo properly. You'll notice I picked up a ward, and when I'm playing on the blue side, I'll always put the ward there in the tri-bush. This allows me to see if a jungler is going to be camping in that area or coming down. You usually will be able to pick up a jungler coming from the river if they do come from the river for just a split second. So I really like that ward placement. Some people don't put it right there, but in my opinion, it is the best. Now you'll notice in a lot of these engagements with this Riven, she'll jump onto me and do a big amount of burst damage, but I don't run away. I just stand there and auto attack her. This is the thing a lot of people need to understand. I see a lot of people will go up against somebody who's kind of bursty like this, especially a Cassidy, for example, who will jump in, burst you for a lot of damage, and then your first instinct is, oh god, I gotta run away, that's a lot of damage. But a lot of times you need to stand fast and attack, because once that initial burst is done, they don't have a lot left over and they're gonna run away, especially, well, mostly melee champions in this case. So when you're fighting melee champions, generally melee champions will run at you, use their abilities, and then run away. So as a ranged champion, especially in a solo lane, what you want to do is you want to expect that and then try and return as many auto attacks as possible. The cool thing about Sivir is, and I said combo earlier and I didn't even finish what I was talking about, but the combo you want to really get good at is as soon as you throw out your boomerang, hit your W again. It's kind of hard to get used to because an auto attack refresh, this is the first time a champion that has range has an auto attack refresh. So usually with a melee champion, you attack and you auto, you refresh it, and it's a little more responsive. But as a range, it's a little harder to get used to. But in any case, the combo is you auto attack and you refresh your W, and then you throw out your Q instantly, and then you'll be able to get in another auto attack. So it's kind of like you got 3 auto attacks and a Q in, and that's going to be the most burst you can do. I try not to throw out my boomerang as much as possible because it does have a high mana cost, and for this reason, obviously you can use your shield to get mana back if they're using abilities on you, but if you use your shield and you get baited to use your shield and you don't get your mana back, that's another huge mana cost right there. So I generally only use my boomerang when I know I'm going to get a full amount of damage on it. You don't want to throw it when they're behind their creeps because it does lose a lot of damage when you throw out that boomerang and it hits a couple of targets, since it loses damage each time obviously it hits something. So mostly the new Sivir, I do actually like her. I was at first really concerned because I was like, damn it, I'm not going to be able to farm down creeps as much since the W change. But honestly, if you max that first, it's the 3-second cooldown at level 9 once you get it maxed, and it does a very large amount of damage. So at level 13, once you max your Q and your W, you will be able to completely farm a creep wave. You can throw out your Q if the creeps come in a straight line, and then throw out your W, and it'll bounce and it'll kill all the creeps. So it's not like old Sivir where you can kill everything in the wave at level 9, but at level 13 it's not that far away. And to be honest, at level 9 killing an entire wave for free was a little OP. I guess, I mean, Sion can do that, but he has to be up in the middle of everything. Either way, I do like how the new Sivir is played out. She can do quite a bit of burst damage, and then that extra run speed from attacking champions makes it really easy to chase and then to, poke, harass, run back, that sort of thing, especially against melees. In this current meta, that's why I feel she is so strong as a solo lane. Again, she works really well with other carries. Once you go into those team fights, she can just completely demolish people. In any case, I do have a teleport on her. I do like to run flash teleport. What this allows me to do is, if necessary, well, right there, the dragon fight happened. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough people around for me to be able to teleport down there. I was actually thinking about it, but there was like 4 of them and only 2 of us, and not even in a good position, so that would have been bad for me. I would have taken like several ults to the face. Even if I had blocked 1, there were still 2 more that would have just destroyed me. Now, right there, that Riven, she used her ulti to try and burst me, but I was able to block it with my spell shield, and nice job here. We have a Olaf coming in for a gank onto her. There's only 1 creep left, and I don't like the situation. I'm going to let Olaf chase, and then what I want to do is step back, and since she's actually pushed out of the lane, this is my chance to kill the creeps and take out the tower. My thought process goes like this: if there's at least a wave of creeps and I've got my ulti, I will take out the tower. That's the cool thing about Sivir. And at this point, I don't even have a lot of attack speed, and I don't have my Bloodthirster finished up. But as you notice, I took that tower out extremely fast. That's just what is really good about Sivir. So I wasn't sure where Yi is at. I don't have any mana, so I can't even block his attack. So I decided to go ahead and go back, finish up my Bloodthirster. I had a ward there, and I decided to sell it, and I was going to wait about 20 seconds for that gold to come up, which is a good thing to do. So once you get your Bloodthirster, it's just back to farming on Sivir. You want to get your max stacks, and the whole idea with Sivir is to just stay in a lane as much as possible by yourself and avoid conflict unless it directly benefits you, unless you know you're going to get a kill and you know you're not going to miss a lot of creeps and you know you're not going to like miss getting a tower kill, and then just farm up your Bloodthirster and get a lot of items. That's really the best thing to do. You can get so much farm as Sivir, and the new changes to her are great. The extra attack speed helps out so much, and it's really good. So you notice that Riven was able to do a huge amount of burst on me because she hit basically all of her spells, and I think I messed up my spell shield there, but I was able to return all of it to her by just running up and auto attacking a few times as she was running away, and then my Bloodthirster allowed me to heal myself almost back to full health within just one wave of creeps. So this is where Sivir gets really, really strong and almost unstoppable as a pusher. We've already taken down the mid and top lane, and so we're pretty far ahead in the game. We've only got one kill up, and they actually have a dragon, but the 2 towers puts us at an advantage. So obviously, if they were to take 2 towers, they would have an advantage because of the dragon. But other than that, it's not a big deal. I see that the Sona is kind of getting caught there, but I don't think I can get there in time, so I'm just going to run back up the top. I don't want to lose my tower. I want to keep that tower advantage, and I see that there's a huge amount of creeps there. I can take that out easily. I'm just going to throw out one boomerang, boom, take out those creeps, another W, and it's gone. Right now, I am going to be building into 2 Phantom Dancers. So what I do on Sivir is I pick up the Bloodthirster and then 2 Phantom Dancers. The reason I do this, it's the strategy that I see on Sivir is that she's a very fast lane pusher and chaser. And so you can pick up like one Bloodthirster and then go for like Infinity Edge or some crap like that. But to be honest with you, I like to be able to run so extremely fast that not even Udyr can outrun me. So if you get 2 Phantom Dancers, not even an Udyr can run you, especially if you auto attack him once. There's no way he's going to be able to chase you. And I say this because it happened to me. I got stunned on the tower at the turret or at the inhibitor in another game on her, and I was still able to make it away without my ultimate. And then if you do have your ultimate, that's even faster. So just as an example, in any case, 2 Phantom Dancers, what that allows you to do is have an extremely high amount of critical chance, and you can just run really fast, attack towers. If people try and stop you, you run away. So it's almost like you're a Nidalee in that you're able to stick to a lane and push it and then always get away. So you can't like jump away and run through bushes really fast, but you can just run fast naturally and use your spell shield to block stuns and that sort of thing that would normally stop you, and your ultimate makes you run extremely fast, so you don't need to run through bushes, you can just run anywhere. So that's kind of why I like Sivir. And plus I think she can take down towers much faster. She can also push down the lanes extremely fast. So if you look at my Season 1 rank stats on Sivir, you can look at the towers killed ratio to the number of games I have. I think I have like almost 100 towers killed in like 35 or 40 games, which is ridiculous. So I noticed that my team is actually keeping everyone busy in the middle of the map, and what I decided is, hey, that's my free chance to take a tower here. So any chance that I get to push a tower down, I'm going to take it. You notice that there was not even a full wave of creeps, and I was able to take that tower with just a Zeal and a Bloodthirster. I'm going to back out right here because I know, oh crap, enemy team, they pushed my team back so they can potentially come and stop me. Ashe went up top, but it's not going to matter because I'm already out of here. I've got my teleport up, and I see the enemy team is on the run. They're actually not in a position to stop bottom. Bottom has already got a wave there, and like I said, if I have a wave of creeps, I can take a tower. Boom, down goes the tower, and the enemy team is still preoccupied with us. So what I'm going to do is try and stick around. I was going to take that tower, but Sona was there, and I didn't really feel like sticking there to try and mess with her. I was going to think of going to help out the team, but they're already dead, so it's too late. The cool thing about Sivir is that even if some things do go bad, she does a very good job of just turtling. So here comes all the creeps. Even if the enemy team was here, I could have probably held that off as long as I didn't make any mistakes and like get stunned or something like that and got picked up. But throwing out your boomerang and 1W, like I said, it generally kills the entire creep wave, and it's hard for the enemy team to push without any creeps. So there you go. Perfect timing for me. I'm able to pick up a blue, go up to the top lane, and keep these creeps off. At this point, we still haven't lost any towers, and I pushed down 3 personally, and our mid lane was able to take out mid. So we're doing extremely well. The enemy team is actually up a dragon and 3 kills, but we're winning as a team because of Sivir's extreme tower pushing ability. And so that's kind of what I wanted to stress here, is that Sivir is just that ridiculous tower pushing. Now, right now I'm going to throw out a boomerang into the bush to check for champion. I was going to see if he was waiting there. If you can hear that boomerang noise, you know, there's a little sound. There's like whenever it hits somebody. You'll know that they're there. I didn't hear it. Obviously, I don't have the game sound on this because there's a lot of Skype chat going on, but in any case, there was. So this is where Sivir gets strong. Check this out right here. This is me and Teemo, and we're up, and there's a Yi here. Normally, I would not try and push this, but I'm going to pop my ultimate, and I told him, hey, dude, just attack the turret, and we're going to get this turret down. I'm going to stop taking turret hits. We kind of push the Yi away. We still have my ultimate going, and we're going to take this out really fast because he's an auto attacker. I'm an auto attacker. I don't even care about the Ashe being right there. I'll pop my shield just in case she tries to arrow me, and we're just going to run away and be just fine. She may arrow Nick's brother, but as long as he dodges it, he should be okay. Actually, I noticed that Ashe runs after us, and she's a little bit in a bad spot because she's not with the rest of her team, and I'm able to pick up that kill. I'm going to go for this guy. He got exhausted by the Teemo. That was perfect, and now the Yi's going to go down. That's 3 kills for us. Double kill for me, 1 for the Teemo, and that's right there is one thing that makes Sivir extremely powerful. So I've got that Zill. You know, that's standard build for a lot of carries to get that Zill next, but the fact, I mean, I got it fast, and all I had to do was auto attack a champion once, and I've got that extra run speed, so I'm able to just boom, run up there really fast and pick everyone up. And what that allows us to do is pick up an extra tower and probably even an inhibitor if we go for this. So I was thinking of backing off, but then I realized that Riven was up top, so she's not actually going to defend this, and there's no way that Sona can stop us by herself here. So we're going to take out this inhibitor. Easy for us, and that's actually probably the best thing that could have happened. Now, oh, unfortunately, this brother gets caught by the arrow. I wanted to run up and stop him. You saw my shield go off because I tried to run up and block it for him. Didn't actually happen, and I stayed in a little too long. I took out the Sona, and I was like, hey, I can take this Ashe out, and I knew I was going to die, but I thought I would be able to kill the Ashe. Not the case. A little too much hero mode there. Whatever, I did pick up a Phantom Dancer and another Zill, so now I'm going to be really fast and really strong, super fast attack speed. I got 30 seconds on that teleport. One thing you want to do is not waste your teleport on anything unnecessary. If you can walk to the lane quick enough, then don't use that teleport. But here we go. I'm just going to run up. I mean, that's just a random note I wanted to mention. So I'm going to run up to the bottom lane. I see that our allies are going to go for that Baron. We did just push them off of Baron, so I know that it's going to be safe enough for them to probably get it as 3 of them on their own. And at the same time, I'll be able to take this top tower. I've only got 3 creeps, and so I don't pop my ultimate yet. The thing you want to do is you want to wait until you have enough creeps that you can easily take down the tower before you pop your ultimate. I'm going to try and get the next tower, but unfortunately, no. Mordekaiser says, I'm going to defend that. Big deal. I don't care. I'm going to take your blue buff, so it's not something I care about. Easily take out the blues super fast, and then I'm just going to go back bottom and continue pressuring the lanes. As Sivir, that's your job. Just continue pressuring lanes over and over and over. And what this does is with all lanes pushing, not only do you have more map control, you can see where they're at, but you're forcing the pace of the game to go in your team's favor. So you're deciding on what happens. The enemy team has to respond to you rather than you have to respond to enemy team. And that's what makes Sivir and champions like her that can push like this extremely powerful, is putting the pace of the game in your team's favor. And that's what it's all about in League of Legends, is taking towers, pushing the lanes, and keeping everything in your favor. The main thing that makes this strategy work is having your team group up as 4 and not make any really retarded mistakes. Now, that while that you can say, well, that happens all the time in solo queue and stuff like that, not always. I mean, if you're pressuring the lanes and keeping things in your favor, you're probably going to be in a much better position than enemy team. And I mean, it's, in my experience, a lot safer for that to happen. Now, I thought I was going to be able to get away here, but the Mordekaiser got a nice little ulti off on me. I knew I wasn't going to get away, so I decided to turn around and try and get some lifesteal in a desperate attempt to live. I did a little bit of damage to him, but it didn't matter. I died. So whatever the case is, I pick up another Phantom Dancer. Now, at this point, I actually build into an Infinity Edge. Oh, here's actually a really good play, so I'll comment on this. Nick's brother gets kind of caught here. He's slowed, but the enemy team gets outplayed by his eggs. He's got cleanse. They run over 2 eggs. He's able to run away, and then the Olaf comes in to turn it around. Big damage onto that Mordekaiser. He goes down, and boom, a flash over by the Teemo. Going to put the exhaust down onto Sona. She uses her summoner heal to try and save herself, but it doesn't matter. She's going to go down. Big damage from Teemo, and damn, she's dead. That was really nice. So at this point, the game is extremely far in our favor. We've got that Baron. I've taken down 2 inhibitors, and the extreme pushing all game has put us in this position. So I don't really see any way for the enemy team to come back unless we just make some extremely retarded mistakes. which is all possible. I mean, I've seen worse things happen. This late into the game, all it would take is for somebody to simply just, lose an entire team fight and they can push in. Luckily, they haven't pushed in our mid towers yet, so we've got lots of backup. They probably wouldn't be able to push in all the way if we made one big mistake. Now, as you can see, we did just make a huge mistake. We got 3 people dead there because Kim and I playing that Morgana there were messing around with this Yi who was kind of trolling, but in a sense it worked out because his team were able to 4v3 us really easily. That's the sort of thing you don't want to do, but nonetheless, I'm actually really strong now. I'm beast mode, so I can run up to this Riven and she flashes over, misses the binding, and I'm not going to chase her all the way after I know that she's gotten away. There's no point, so I'm just going to continue doing what I do best, which is pressure the lane and push as much as possible. I notice that the bottom inhibitor is up with a large wave of creeps, which I don't necessarily even need to kill it, but I'm going to go ahead and push those in and take out that inhibitor if possible. 3 inhibitors down is extremely hard to defend, especially at only 30 minutes into the game by an enemy team. So if I can take down that last inhibitor, then I will probably have no problem winning this game. Like I said, it's pretty much over at this point. I'm going to back off. I don't want to get Ash Herald, but if I can get any extra auto attacks in, I'm going to do so. Now, oh, not good. I wish I could have blocked that, but I just ran a little bit too far past Morgana. I did have my shield. Cool thing about Sivir is that you can usually block stuff like that, but you just have to be prepared for it. I didn't exactly see it in time to respond, so kind of a bad play on my part, and I don't know, we kind of stayed in a little too long anyways. I'm going to sit here and do a little bit of damage to this Mordekaiser and hopefully get him to waste some spells. He goes down because he stays in a little too long, and I'm able to just stand there and just wreck people. I've got my ultimate on, which gives my entire team tons of run speed. We're able to juke in and out, and everyone's auto attacks are so much stronger just because they're faster like that. And Masteries coming in from behind, I instantly responded by turning onto him and forced him to use his heal, which just ended up dying a little bit slower, but didn't really work out. So best positioning there went to our team. We're able to take out the last tower here, and we're going to win the game by taking out this Nexus at this point. Anyways, guys, I have to say I do enjoy the new Sivir. I'll probably release a video with a mashup of various different games and some talking about a bottom lane Sivir play and how that's different from playing solo Sivir. But hopefully this gave you some insight into the new Sivir and gives some guys out there like, hey, I can actually play her solo like the old days where carries were played solo lane. Sivir is one of the ones that can do it, and she does very well at it. So I'd say try it out, and hopefully you enjoyed this commentary. Guys, I'll see you around for the next one. Please hit that like button if you enjoyed it, and throw a comment out there and let me know what your thoughts are on the new Sivir and if you tried her out in the bottom lane and that sort of thing. But I'll see you guys around for the next one. Scooby Cheese. Peace out.